Have you ever been in a situation where you had two options to make, two different decisions to make, and one of them just made you feel a little bit weird? You just couldn't really explain it, but you just did not want to make that decision. You didn't want to pick that option. Now, the reason you could have felt like that because of that option is possibly because either none of your core values were being met in that option, or even worse, one of your core values is being sacrificed or violated in that option. So in this video, we're going to be finding out what our 5 to 6 core values are in journaling for self-discovery. This is a topic that I am so excited about, so get your pen and your paper and let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, I'm Nay and I post videos every single week as we journey to live more authentic and intentional in our lives. I am absolutely on the journey with you guys, so I promise it will be fun. Please feel free to hit the subscribe and the like button. I appreciate it more than you even know. Today we're going to be finding out what our 5 to 6 core values are, and we're going to be using journaling to do it. And if journaling kind of scares you, do not worry. I have a video just for you. Pop it up right here, and I'll also put in the cards in the description below. So we're going to be using that process to find out what our core values are. But first, before that, what are core values to begin with? So by definition, because I love definitions, core values are key principles that describe your character, your passions, and the things that drive you. Everyone has these values. Some of us are more aware of it than others, but every single one of us has these values. When we live our life according to our core values, we're filled with meaning and purpose and all of that. But when we don't, we actually feel more distressed. We have that gut feeling of just something isn't right. But we have to know what our core values are in order to make sure that we're intentionally living by them. Okay, so now that we know what core values are, how do you find what yours are for yourself? So this is where the journaling comes in. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions that you can either write down now, or you can download a workbook that I created for you guys, which has all the core values listed in it. And I am walking you through all the steps I'm going to be going through in this video in a lot more detail. So feel free to check out that guide as well. Okay, so the first question that I want you to journal is, what are some things that inspire you to take a stand, even if it means that you're risking losing something else? So an example of that is, maybe you are not usually an assertive person, but when it comes to somebody being made fun of or somebody being degraded or something like that, your non-assertiveness completely goes out the window. You're not thinking about yourself and your self-image at all. Any fear goes out the window, and you stand up for that person. That can actually hint to compassion being one of your core values, or maybe even mercy, because you're willing to lose your self-image or your fear in order to stand up for somebody else. Another example, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but imagine if you order something from Amazon and you just order one of that thing, but instead of sending you one, they actually sent you 5. They sent you 5 of that thing. You paid for one, you only got one, but they sent you 5. Would you, and this kind of sounds bad, I think, but would you be like, oh my gosh, okay, they didn't know, I'm just gonna keep these things? Or would you say, oh man, wow, that's good, but it's not mine, I didn't pay for that, and you send the other 4 back to the seller? So if you're the one that would send it back, if that was like automatic gut, like duh, you would send it back, like yeah, I would have to send it back, there's no question. That could mean that your core values could be honesty, integrity, or even restraint. Maybe you really, really wanted that thing, but it's like, nope, I have to let it go. Restraint could also be one of your core values. So take that question. What is something that would inspire you to take a stand or make a change, even if it means losing something else? So think about that and see what you come up with. The second question, when do you feel the most like yourself? When we're in situations that we feel authentic, unapologetic, and super intentional, which is all topics that I love to talk about on this channel, we're actually living aligned with our core values, whether you realize it or not. So think of a situation where you actually did not have to fake it, and be very, very specific with this as well. What are you doing in those situations? Who are you with? Where are you? What adjective would you use to describe yourself in that situation? Would it be free? Would it be successful? Would it be brave? Would it be lovable? What adjective would you use to describe yourself in your freest, completely unmasked moment? And what about that situation made you feel like 100% you? So me, my thing, I am completely myself when I'm around family. I am super close with my family. I love them so much. They hold my heart. So I know that links to one of my core values, just being with my family. So the third question, and I guess this isn't really a question, this is more a journal prompt, but list 10 things that drive you absolutely insane. What are 10 things that make you angry, make you upset, or make you just like literally drive you up a wall? What are those 10 things? Because the things that make us angry can link and actually tell us what is something that we want to see change in our world, or change in our environment, or change in our situations. What is something that we want to see changed? So for example, maybe it's clutter. Maybe you absolutely hate seeing like just things around. I could tell you that might not be mine. But maybe for yours it is. Maybe yours is clutter and you just hate that. Or maybe it is people arguing. You just literally cannot stand when people are like arguing around you. Or maybe it is, oh my gosh, everything is absolutely staying the same and I feel like there's no type of adventure, no type of nothing. It could be any one of those things. So like for clutter, if clutter is like something that drives you up a wall, the opposite of that is organization or tidiness or neatness. Maybe that's one of your values. Or if yours is people arguing, one of your core values might be peace or harmony. If it's too much change, maybe consistency is a core value. Or if it's too little change, maybe adventure is a core value. So literally take those things, that list of 10 things that drive you up the wall, drive you insane, or things you just don't like, list that out, and what are the opposite of those things? And while we're at it, actually comment below and let me know what is something that drives you crazy. I can tell you for me, it would be disorganization, like, and not even clutter, because I can, if you've been in my apartment, you know that that's not a thing for me. I don't like it, but that's just not a thing for me. But my disorganization, like structures, things just not like having any type of order. An example of that would be like if one of my bosses just kept throwing different tasks at me, there was absolutely no order to it whatsoever, no structure. He had no time frame for it, he or she had no time frame for anything where it's supposed to get done. There was just no type of order. That drives me insane. I can deal with it, but it's not something that I love. It's not something that I love. So what is something that drives you crazy? So after you answer those 3 questions in your journal, I want you to now narrow it down. So in the workbook that I provided for you guys, I actually have a section where I help you narrow it down to 20, your top 20, and then your top 10, and then your top 5. But to kind of break it down in this video for you, I want you to look at the questions that you answered, those 3 questions that you journaled out, and find the commonalities between them. And then look at the chart and compare it and see which of your answers actually match one or more of these values. Now, some things to remember. So now as you look at the list of the core values, remember that some of the words that are in there, they might mean completely different to you than they mean to me. So look at the definitions. I'm a big definitions person, but do not get stuck on what the just plain definition is. What does that word mean to you? What does kind mean to you? What does creative mean to you? It might mean wardrobe to you. It might mean dressing creatively. So someone else might mean painting. What does that look like to you? The second thing I want you guys to remember is to feel free to combine any words that you want. You will see that I've done that in my core values myself. The third one, no core value is better than the other. And I can tell you, as a Christian, that was a really hard thing for me to grasp. Because I would look at the list and I'm like, all of these values are good. Like, I feel bad not picking one of them. Like patience, like, should I pick that? Or should I pick like tidiness? Or like, oh my gosh, it doesn't mean just because you're not picking one of them does not mean that you don't care about being kind. If you don't pick kind, doesn't mean you're walking around cursing everybody out all the time. It doesn't mean that. It just means that it's not a core value. It doesn't mean that it's not a value. It just might not be a core value. And that is okay. All of these core values are good. Choose the one that resonates with you the most and then pick that one. Just go with it. No judgment, no censoring yourself. Nobody has them all. And the fourth one is our core values can evolve over time. Now, some of them will stay consistent because of our personalities, but others will change just like our life changes and our life evolves. Our core values will also evolve to match that as well. So don't feel bad like you're locked in this for the rest of your life. You're just trying to figure out more about who you are. And that is a great thing. Okay, so now if you're curious, my core values in this order are togetherness, which makes sense because I love being with family. And then the next is peace and harmony. Then I have joy, then compassion, logic, order, and purpose, and then excellence. Those are my 6 core values. So what are yours? Take that list, download the guide, rewind this video, go through those journal prompts, and find out what your core values are. It is so essential to living a life that is intentional. Who do you know in your life that actually needs to know more about themselves by finding out their core values? Send them this video and like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you can find out when I post again. Until then, check out this video to watch the first one in the journaling series, and then I will see you guys again next week. Bye guys!